This is part 2 of an animation illustrating a hypothetical scenario of the events leading up to the shooting of Trayvon Martin. It is consistent with all the physical evidence I have been able to compile, but as that evidence is highly limited, this scenario remains highly speculative. In part 1, I covered Trayvon's trip back from the 7-Eleven and taking refuge from the rain. We pick up here with his arrival at the entrance to the retreat, which closes its gates at 7 p.m. I speculate that by the time Trayvon got to the entrance of the retreat, he found the gates had been locked, that he considered it indiscreet to climb over them, and went back west down Oregon Avenue seeking another way in. Again, I speculate he would have seen potential entry points on the west boundary of the retreat as he walked out from his shelter under the apartment awning. Here we have a wider view showing the retreat at Twin Lakes in its entirety. As you can see, it's a small community with only 3 streets. Twin Trees Lane starts at the main entrance on the north side. It goes past the clubhouse, then turns to the east for about 50 yards, then turns south for about 100 yards, then east again, continuing to the back entrance of the complex. Retreat View Circle forms a belt line around the perimeter of the retreat. Finally, Long Oak Way cuts between Retreat View and Twin Trees below the southern edge of the central pond. I have marked 3 locations that may be difficult to make out depending upon the size of your viewing window. First, the townhome of Brandy Green is marked in green. It's on the left side of Retreat View, just north of the intersection with Twin Trees, very close to the east entrance to the complex. North of the green home is 2821 Retreat View, marked in red. This is the location from which the second call to 911 was placed. To the northwest of that, also in red, is 1232 Twin Trees, the location from which the first 911 call was placed. Finally, the black rectangle at the southwest corner of the retreat represents George Zimmerman's SUV, parked in his garage. Zimmerman gets in his truck to drive to Target to run some errands. This will take him north on Retreat View towards the main entrance on the north side of the complex. Just as Zimmerman begins driving north, I speculate that Trayvon has found the gap on the south end of the diagonal building and is proceeding to enter the retreat via that route. Trayvon enters Zimmerman's line of sight just as he is emerging from between these buildings. We can certainly imagine that this would arouse Zimmerman's curiosity, if not suspicion. You'll have to excuse my rudimentary animation skills because I'm not suggesting that Zimmerman ran over Trayvon at this point. Rather, I suspect Zimmerman slowed to give Trayvon the evil eye, and Trayvon noticed him doing so. At this point, I suspect Trayvon noted that there was a route back towards the green home by taking the sidewalks to and around the pool. I suspect he would have taken that route to get away from the car. Zimmerman, meanwhile, notices that Trayvon's route is taking him towards the back of other buildings, This arouses his suspicion even further. He decides not to go to target, but instead to take up a position from which he can surveil Trayvon's movements. He turns south on Twin Trees, and after passing the mailboxes, he can see across the pool that Trayvon is still coming in this direction. Following Twin Trees to the east, he looks for a place to park. He does not want to park in one of his neighbor's driveways, nor does he want to block the relatively narrow street, so at the eastern edge of that leg of Twin Trees, he turns his car around and backs onto the sidewalk, thus facing the area where he last saw Trayvon. He turns off his engine, gets out his cell phone, and calls the police non-emergency number.
Sanford Police Department. Line is being recorded. Sean.
Hey, we've had some break-ins in my neighborhood, and there's a real suspicious guy. It's Retreat View Circle. The best address I can give you is 111 Retreat View Circle. This guy looks like he's up to no good, or he's on drugs or something. It's raining, and he's just walking around looking about.
Okay, and this guy, is he white, black, or Hispanic?
He looks black.
Did you see what he was wearing?
Yeah, a dark hoodie, like a gray hoodie, and either jeans or sweatpants and white tennis shoes. He's here now. He was just staring.
Oh, he's just walking around the area?
At all the houses.
Okay.
Now he's just staring at me.
Okay, and he said it's 1111 Retrieve You or 111?
That's the clubhouse.
That's the clubhouse. Do you know what he's near the clubhouse right now?
Yeah, now he's coming towards me.
Okay.
He's got his hand in his waistband. And he's a black male.
Okay. How old would you say he
He's
looks?
got a button on his shirt. Late teens.
Late teens, okay.
Mm-hmm. Something's wrong with him. Yeah. He's coming to check me out. He's got something in his hands. I don't know what his deal is.
Okay, just let me know if he does anything, okay?
Over here.
Yeah, we got him on the way. Just let me know if this guy does anything else.
Okay. These assholes, they always get away. Yeah. When you come to the clubhouse, you come straight in and make a left. Actually, you would go past the clubhouse.
Okay, it says on the left-hand side from the clubhouse?
No, you go in straight through the entrance, and then you make a left. Yeah, you go straight in, don't turn and make a left. Shit, he's running.
He's running? Which way is he running?
Down towards the other entrance of the neighborhood.
Okay, which entrance is that he's heading towards?
The back entrance.
Are you following him?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't need you to do that.
Okay.
All right, sir, what is your name?
George. He ran.
All right, George, what's your last name?
Zimmerman.
And George, what's the phone number you're calling from?
407-435-2400.
All right, George, we do have him on the way. Do you want to meet with the officer when they get out there?
Yeah.
All right, where are you going to meet with them at?
If they come in through the gate, tell them to go straight past the clubhouse and straight past the clubhouse and make a left. And then they go past the mailboxes. You'll see my truck.
Okay, what address are you parked in front of?
I don't know. It's a cut-through, so I don't know the address.
Okay, do you live in the area?
Yeah.
Well, what's your apartment number?
It's a home. It's 1950. Oh, crap. I don't want to give it out loud. I don't know where this kid is.
Okay, do you want to just meet with him right near the mailboxes, then?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, George, I'll let him know to meet you with you out there, okay?
Actually, could you have him call me and I'll tell him where I'm at?
Okay, yeah, that's no problem.
You need my number? You got it.
Yeah, I got it. It's 407-435-2400.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, no problem. I'll let them know to call you when they're in the area.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Trayvon's route home is to cross Twin Trees Lane at the crosswalk, past Zimmerman's truck, continue east on the cut-through sidewalk, then turn south on the north-south sidewalk, heading back towards the green home. As Trayvon reaches the northeast corner of the building, he checks the truck, sees that it's empty, and he steps out into the crosswalk, failing in the dark and the rain to see George Zimmerman walking up the street. Zimmerman spies Trayvon and pursues him again. This is what Zimmerman has been waiting for months, an opportunity to hold on to a miscreant until the police get there. This asshole is not going to get away. Zimmerman closes on Trayvon, who realizes he's being pursued. He turns down the sidewalk, realizes he really has no place to go, and stops to ask Zimmerman what the heck is going on. The fact that the young man has stopped catches Zimmerman by surprise, and his forward momentum carries him into Trayvon's personal space. He responds to Trayvon's verbal challenge with a verbal challenge of his own. "What are you doing here?" Trayvon pushes him away. Zimmerman responds by again closing on Trayvon and grabbing the boy's hoodie with both hands by the loose folds of cloth under the armpits. They tumble to the ground, Trayvon initially winding up on top. Trayvon gets one good pop on Zimmerman's nose before the older man's superior strength allows him to reverse positions and he pulls his gun. Staring down the barrel of a Tech 9, Trayvon begins to scream.